Hello everyone, and welcome to Retail Archaeology. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Conn's HomePlus, and the reason we're taking a look at them will make that now hiring sign kind of funny. And the reason we're taking a look at them is on July 23rd, Conn's filed for bankruptcy, and on the next day they announced that they would be closing all of their stores and winding down their business. The footage that we're looking at in this video was filmed just a few days before that bankruptcy filing. I had never been in a Conn store before, and the first thing I noticed besides it being very empty is that it was very hot, so the air conditioning wasn't working correctly, and also that garbage can and don't slip sign means that they're obviously having roof leaks, so this building is suffering from some maintenance issues. When you start seeing issues like this stack up at a store, it's usually a pretty clear indicator that the parent company is in trouble. We should probably go over some history on them now. They originally got their start 134 years ago in 1890 as East Ham Plumbing and Heating Company in Texas. In 1934, the company was purchased by Carroll Washington Conn Sr., and he changed the name to Conn's Plumbing and Heating Company. A few years later, they started selling refrigerators and then gas ranges, and then gradually added more appliances to their lineup until that became the focus of their business, being an appliance and electronics store. Over the years, things like furniture and home furnishings were added to the stores, and that brings us to the Conn's HomePlus stores of today, where they now sell little one-up arcade games. I was actually kind of surprised to see these here. Like I said, had never been in a Conn store before, but I wasn't expecting to find a little miniature Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet or NFL Blitz. It's too bad they weren't on to play with. And this is something I'd never seen before either from 1UP. This is a little game table, which looks like it's basically kind of a giant end table sized iPad, which is pretty neat, but that price is a bit much, $1,300. And then here is something I've also never seen before. 1UP is apparently making replica video slot machines now. Another indicator I've noticed of a store chain being in trouble though is when they start carrying things that you wouldn't expect them to carry, like video slot machines at Conn's Furniture, or when Fry's Electronics started having a perfume section. I think that kind of thing usually means that they're starting to grasp at straws. Conn's listed a couple of reasons in their bankruptcy filing as to why their business is failing, one of those being inflation and the fact that consumers are spending less money on big ticket items, and another one they listed was their acquisition of Badcock Home Furniture and More, which they purchased in December of 2023. Conn's had around 170 stores, and that acquisition added another 330, which means there's now around 500 stores closing. They obviously way overextended themselves. Now here's something I've never seen before, a party accelerator. This store was really dead and quiet, so I tried increasing the party accelerator, but that had no effect. The store was still dead and empty. Now let's go check out the furniture section. This is the bedroom department, and I've always found like empty furniture stores to be really weird to walk around. They just have a really strange vibe. It's just like little random bedrooms set up all over the place. Do you remember that kind of funny Ship My Pants commercial from Kmart that came out right before almost all the stores closed?
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding.
You can ship your pants right here.
Conn's tried to do something similar.
Do you want to F it?
Is it even F-able?
It's definitely F-worthy.
I think we should F it.
Pretty sure they'll let us F anything in this place.
Oh, yes, we will.
Finance is not a bad word at Conn's.
I don't think that was nearly as funny or creative as the Kmart commercial, and was actually pretty cringe. The description on Conn's YouTube channel is pretty bad as well. For some stores, it's a dirty little word spoken in hushed tones, if at all. But at Conn's, we're ready to finance all day and all night. We're not like other companies. We'll work with you to satisfy your needs. Holy shit. That commercial was from less than a year ago, so obviously they knew they were in trouble when they decided to go with the edgy, horny marketing, but that clearly has not worked for them. The entire atmosphere in this store was very depressing. Something that was interesting is I'm used to when I normally go into a furniture store being immediately run up to by a salesperson, asking me, what are you looking at? What do you need? And then telling them, we're just looking, we're good. And then 10 minutes later, another salesperson runs up. What are you looking at today? What do you need? And it's really aggravating. That didn't happen in this store. When we first walked into the store, a salesperson asked us if we needed help with anything. We said, nope, we're just looking around. And then that was it. Nobody bugged us for the rest of the time that we were in the store. At first, I thought to myself, hey, that's kind of nice to not be hounded by salespeople the entire time I'm in the store. But then I realized that was probably because the employees had given up because they could sense the end was near in this store. I'm sure the few employees here also were not motivated by the fact that the air conditioning clearly wasn't working correctly in the store and it was 108 degrees outside. It was very uncomfortable in this store. The retail furniture business seems to be just struggling in general. Conn's isn't the only place having problems. Big Lots, which invested heavily in furniture, is also struggling right now and just announced that they're closing a bunch of their stores. The internet side of the business seems to be having issues as well. Wayfair has been struggling and they just recently did a round of layoffs. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that this was my first time in a Conn store, and it doesn't really look all that different from any other furniture or appliance store that I've been in a while, but something I've noticed about furniture stores in general is that furniture has become so boring. It's all just a sea of bland, neutral colors. There's no color to break anything up. Furniture and appliance shopping just seems to have become depressing in general, between everything being bland and then also everything being so damn expensive. I think stores like Conn's really need to do something just to make the shopping experience not so depressing. But what are your thoughts on Conn's? Is this a store chain that you've shopped at before? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, everyone, thanks for watching. Wait, hold on, before we go, remember that awful Conn's commercial? Here's one that might be worse.
Honey, were you just financing over there?
Whoa, there's no interest here, just financing.
And you financed him even after you saw how little he's working with?
Oh yeah. I'll finance him and you right here, right now.
Well then, you want to finance us on that bedroom set over there?
Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/retailarchaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video on Conn's. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and also make sure to follow at the social media links down there because that's the best way to keep up with what's going on with the channel. Speaking of which, I think in the next video we'll take a trip to the mall.